and welcome to the Good Old Days podcast. This is Leah, and today we have an extra special guest, the one, the only, Stephen Gates, also known as my dad. Yeah. Hey, Dad.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Okay.
Cool. Well, great. Good. That was a great start for you. So we're going to talk today a bit about your life. You're just like so giddy.
I know.
I'm just laughing at me.
I'm
like,
actually worried about the questions you're going to ask me.
Yeah, I know.
But I know.
Because I did not prepare him whatsoever for this.
Okay, good.
And he kept asking me, what are you going to ask me? I was like, I'm not telling you. So good luck. Well, we're going to start off with an easy question. I ask all my guests. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
If you listen to the podcast, wink, wink, you probably should. I asked all of them this. What is your drink of choice?
My drink
Any drink.
Choice. That's a tough one, really. I drink a lot of tea, obviously.
Oh, really? I couldn't tell.
Because of where I come from. I don't know. I think it's changed over the years. I used to, beer was my, when I was out and about with, the rugby crowd and just partying, it would be beer and nothing else.
No water, just beer?
No,
only?
water. I'd have some water.
Okay.
But it would be beer. Definitely beer at one time. But I've kind of gotten away with that and started drinking some whiskeys and some bourbons and some stronger stuff.
Yeah, you like your Jack Daniel's honey whiskey. Honey Jack. Or do you like the peanut butter one?
No, the peanut butter one's gross.
Yeah, that one's...
That's too sweet.
Sorry,
Jack Screwball?
No, I don't
That's what it's called, a screwball.
I don't know.
It's terrible.
It's bad.
It's terrible.
Anyway, Honey Jack.
Yeah, I like Honey Jack. That's a little sweet, but the bourbon, the bullet bourbons, a couple of friends of mine got me onto old fashions.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
They will remain nameless.
You can name them.
No,
who is it? Yeah, but you like tea, obviously.
Yeah.
However, you just came to a conclusion while I was up north with you that maybe you shouldn't be drinking as much tea, right?
Yes, we talked about that.
Well, why? Do you remember?
No, I don't. I know it was to do with,
because your water intake was low when you went to the doctor.
Oh, that's right.
And then me and Mom were like, maybe it's because you drink tea all day, which dehydrates you. And you were like, I'm done with tea. I'm never drinking it again. That's
I said that, but I still have a cup every morning.
Yeah, throughout the day.
I just have
Earl Grey.
Just have to cut it out during the day. That's what it
smart.
is. So I think it's more of an impulse. It's just a cup of tea.
Good. You can't go
when I
wrong
should
with
be drinking water or even
Jack Daniels.
Or
I don't
Jack
know.
Daniels, or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're gonna get into our questions or just your life. It's not really questions. I'm just asking you about things you know. So, so tell us a bit about yourself. Where did you grow up? When were you born?
When was I born?
Yes.
I was born in 1959. And
1959.
I was actually born in a house.
In a house?
I was in a house, and it was 43 Story Street, which is in a small town called Apsley.
I didn't know that you were born in a house.
Wow.
I'm about to learn a lot of new things today.
Obviously, you haven't done your homework.
Yeah.
Yeah, 43 Story Street. And my dad told me, he basically, Mum was in labor pretty bad, and it was, I was coming, ready or not, and my dad ended up getting in touch with a local policeman, and they went and got a midwife, and they brought her to the house.
Oh my gosh!
Because that would have been quicker than the ambulance come in and then getting her to the hospital.
So you were coming so fast that they were like...
Yeah, and I was born in the house.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not...
In fact, I thought I took you by it when we were over there one time.
The house that you were born in?
Yeah.
Oh.
It may have been that. May have been Jamie O'Ryan.
Well, you also think I remember every single time we go to England, and I don't.
But yeah, just grew up in Hemel. That's where I was born, absolutely.
Hemel Hempstead.
Grew up in Hemel Hempstead, which was back then. I think there was about population in the 55,000.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like 50.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that small.
Okay, 55,000.
Yeah,
it is a small town though.
Yeah, it is. I think that right now the population is close to 100 now.
100,000.
Yeah.
Not 100.
100,000. And
you're throwing me off.
Yeah, it was a fun.
Cool town.
Fun town.
Yeah.
Fun growing up. It's changed a lot. It's not the old Hemel that a lot of people my age remember and grew up in, and it's changed.
Yeah. And tell us about your family. Like,
my family?
How many siblings did you have?
I had 4 siblings, 2 brothers are younger, 2 sisters are older. Unfortunately, one of my sisters passed away, Auntie Sue. And all of them...
You're in the middle?
I'm right in the middle.
Oh, you are?
I'm right in the middle. Yeah, I got 2 brothers younger.
And your youngest brother's how many years apart? 14 years apart from you.
Yeah, and we're the closest.
Which is cool. I mean, you wouldn't think that for your youngest one, who you literally were 15, 16 when they were 1-2 years old. So like, how would you be close to them?
And then
completely different stages of life.
3 years later, I was coming to America.
Yeah. So
I was the big brother that went to America, and then every time I'd come back, I'd bring him back Mickey Mouse ears. I'd bring him back something
staple
from
American things
from California.
A hamburger.
Yeah.
You brought a hamburger? No, just kidding. No. Okay, well, we'll get to when you came to America. We need to start earlier though.
Okay.
So you grew up in Hemel Hempstead. What was it like when you were like in elementary school, or whatever they call that in England?
Yeah, infant school.
Infant school?
Infant school, yeah.
Okay.
And it was start the same age, 5, 5 years old.
Were you near the school?
Yes, everything was in. Everybody that lived in the neighborhood went to the same school. So everything was in.
So you knew everyone there.
Yeah. The infant school was right next to the middle school, or the junior school, and then the senior school was not too far from that.
So you could walk everywhere. You didn't have to drive.
Yeah, it's a bit like Masuda.
Yeah.
Where we grew up.
Yeah, literally. I would walk to elementary school.
With Cox, Masuda, and then Fountain Valley. It was like that. Very close, and everybody in the neighborhood went there.
Yeah, and you know everybody. Everybody knows your last name.
Yeah, everybody knows everybody. Yeah, pretty much. But I was going to get to one of my earliest memories. Of
I don't even know what earliest memory I have.
Yeah, just it was when my brother was born, and so I was 4 years old when he was born.
Your second.
Yeah, middle brother, middle one. I was 4, so and that I remember. So, and I can't remember where this incident was before or after, and it was. I remember being in the kitchen. We lived in a small house. In Highfield, it was called. It was called Marchman Green, and we lived on a green. There was a circle of homes that was on the green, and I remember once I was inside. I was climbing on the cabinets to get a Pyrex dish, an old Pyrex dish, because those were the things everybody had.
You were like 4 or 5. You're
this is what I can't remember. I was less than 5, and I'm not sure whether it was before or after my brother was born. And I remember my mum just yelling at me at the top of her voice, "Get down from there before you fall." So, I can still see it to this day.
Yeah,
and
literally
that's
the
earliest memories I've got. Those 2 right there. So it's 4 years old.
Why were you climbing up trying to get a dish at 5 years old?
Because I was hungry.
You're like climbing up the side of the pantry. That's funny.
Yeah, the cupboard's there. So it But back to school. Yeah, we went to school 5, 6 years old. We were all in school. And
was it a private school? You wore uniforms though, right?
Public school.
But did you wear uniforms?
Not then. It was basically, shorts. We always wear shorts to school until we were seniors.
In the winter?
Yeah, the old story, going to school uphill and both ways in the snow.
With shorts on?
Yeah, we did that.
Why'd they do
that? Up until senior school, we wore shorts to school.
Weren't you cold?
Yeah, we had long socks and shorts. I mean, not much of our legs were showing and that. We were
You're
dressed.
Just used to it.
It was just the way we grew up. You were used to the winters when they came.
Yeah.
We didn't know anything else.
Do you have any winter memories, like snow or?
Oh yeah, it snowed. It seemed to snow every year when we were kids.
Yeah.
Every single year it snowed. And
probably still does in England.
It does every year it snows, but not. It seems not as much. Not as much. Yeah,
it's warmer. A little bit
warmer. The snow. I think it was 63 or 64. So I do remember this. So I was 4 or 5, and it was bad. I mean, the snow drifts. It actually blocked a lot of the front doors.
Oh my gosh!
And you open the door and there's a pile of snow there. So
what
was one of the bad.
Like in your house?
Heating?
Yeah. Heating? What is that, you ask?
We had a coal fire. We had
Okay.
a coal fire. Dad would bring coal in every day in the winter, and Mum would light it, be lit first thing in the morning. And
Did it actually heat up the house?
not the whole house, no.
Yeah.
It was a living room, dining room, kitchen. There was a door, and then to the hallway upstairs to the bedrooms there was a door, and those two doors had to remain closed because to keep the living room warm. There wasn't any central heating, radiator heating in our house, and when we went to bed as kids, it was hot water bottles.
Yeah, I was
during
going to
the
ask
winter.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, to like under your covers.
Under the covers, Mum would go up there and put them under there before we got up, so the beds were warm.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we're in flannel pajamas.
Yeah. I don't know why I think of Pirates of the Caribbean. Do you? Yeah. You know, she has like a what is it? A pot or whatever of hot water, and the maid puts it under.
Oh, it's coals. It's warm. It's
Oh,
like
warm coals in a
like,
pot, and
like
I remember.
charcoal, I think, or something's warm, and
Yeah, I
that
don't know
goes
why
under.
that-
and heats the bed. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an old. I don't want to say it's not a bedpan. It's a. I forget what it's
Stovetop
called.
thing. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but then
Okay.
it's now they got hot. Then they progressed to hot water bottles.
Okay, so what was it like going to the bathroom in the middle of the night?
freezing.
Yeah, you didn't want to.
Freezing. No, you didn't. If you had to, not only that was in our house when I visited my nan. She lived in Apsley. As a kid growing up, we'd go to visit her, and she had an outhouse. She didn't have
Oh my gosh.
an indoor toilet. It was outside, and that was really cold.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
no, I would rather
Yeah.
just hold it.
Yeah.
Wow.
In fact, that was the house that I was born in. She ended up living there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In that,
In
you
that
were born
house.
in her house.
Yes, she ended up living there later on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and when Mum and Dad got moved up to the Green, Marchmont Green.
The green.
Yeah.
When you were like going into, let's say, middle school, what was that called?
Junior school.
Junior school. Okay, going into junior school.
Yeah.
Did you have? It was kind of different. Like school's different there. They had not a principal, it was like a headmistress.
Headmistress, headmaster, headmistress, and everybody that went to that school remembers Mrs. Roop.
Mrs. Roop.
Roop, yeah, and she was pretty strict. She was, and
This is only in middle school?
this was in it may have been in infant school.
Oh, okay.
She may have been both actually. I can't remember
like
now.
the school was one school?
No, that's right. Roop was infant school. Boy, I hope none of my friends from England see this, and they're going to.
You don't remember the middle school one because they weren't as scary. Everyone remembers the scary one.
Yeah, so Mrs. Roop would have been the infant school, and I always remember one lunchtime she would pace up and down the aisle. We're all sitting there having our lunch because we had school dinners, and I remember using my fork as a spoon rather than
what were you eating?
peas.
Peas.
It's hard, as a kid.
That
It's
could
hard
work.
to, how you push the food onto your fork. And as I ate them, I remember getting a smack upside the back of my head by the headmistress,
Just a whack.
telling me not to use my fork as a spoon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was
just
like,
a little clip on the back of the head. Don't
how
use,
old were you?
6, 7.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hitting a kid in
Oh,
the back of
when
the
I say
head.
hit, I don't mean hit. I mean
Still a hit.
Yeah,
it's a whack.
It,
For a 7-year-old though? Yeah.
It made me not use my fork as a spoon.
You probably thought she like punched the back of your
Yeah,
head because
yeah,
you were 7
probably,
and you were
yeah.
like, yeah, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, it was. So, but
Yeah.
there was a lot of things happened at school. I mean, in recess or break.
Mm-hmm.
We're all out in the playground having fun, just being kids and making up games and just having fun. It was fun.
Do you have any memories of going in middle school?
In middle school?
Any fun memories with your friends?
Yeah, I mean, we played football.
Any games you played?
Football, soccer.
Soccer.
For you,
That's
yeah.
what. Yeah.
We played we was always playing soccer in recess and stuff like that, and just
That was the game.
that was a game.
of the
It
country,
still
or
is.
rugby.
It still is.
Yeah.
But I do remember another incident that I got involved in, getting whacked by the headmaster for
Why
throwing.
do you keep getting whacked by the headmaster?
Well,
Were you the troublemaker?
No, I wasn't the trouble. There was people there a lot worse than I was. I wasn't really a troublemaker. But I remember in the morning, we used to have assemblies, and all the kids would be in there. We'd all sit on the floor, and there'd be announcements, and the headmaster would say a few things. And I remember him saying, "No snowball fighting today," because it had turned to slush and it was ice. So I had, of course, made a snowball, and I was throwing it at my friends, but unfortunately it hit this girl right in the ear.
Oh gosh.
And the I can't remember who was on, which staff member was on duty that day, but I'm in class, and all of a sudden the headmaster comes into Stephen Gates to my office, and I went there and I got whacked.
Whacked.
I got whacked on the back of my calf.
With what?
6 times with his hand.
Oh, with his hand?
3 on each side.
I feel like that's not that bad.
Yeah, well, it is when you're a 6 or 7, 8-year-old kid.
Yeah, I forgot you were younger.
Yeah. And
I'm like, that's nothing.
And it's like, later on that day, the teacher who was on duty came up to me, and she had punished me in the yard, in the schoolyard, in the playground.
Like, what do you mean?
She had punished me for what I did, for throwing the
what does punish
snowball.
mean?
She yelled and screamed at me and told me not to do it again.
Okay.
And she came up to me and she said, "I want you to know I didn't tell the headmaster that it was you that threw that snowball. So one of the kids had ratted on me."
Oh.
Yeah.
She's causing drama.
Yeah.
She was like, "It wasn't me." Hey, she just wanted to make sure you didn't like hate her or anything.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I don't know. That's a memory I have. I always remember doing that again.
Yeah. All the times you got in trouble.
And
basically.
yeah, well, if you really want to know, we got the ruler as well. We used to get the ruler at school.
Yeah.
And we got, and I can't remember who was
on the
with
wrist?
me on
on the hand?
hand out and
Ow.
whack. I think we got 3 each.
When?
It was 3 of us, and I can't remember who the other 2 kids were. And we'd done something, and we all had to go into the headmaster's office, and we ended up getting a ruler across our hands.
That sounds worse than the smack on the
It
back of the
was.
thigh.
It was.
Ow.
It was a lot
it's like
worse.
wood. Ow.
Yeah,
That does
it was
not
a lot
sound fun.
worse. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on from the wax from those stories. Going into maybe middle school, high school, did you do anything besides soccer or rugby for fun? Or
all the kids that were involved in sports, it was seasonal. It was football, soccer during the winter months, and then there was basketball, which I ended up getting involved with, and there was cricket in the summer. We played cricket. And there was athletics in the summer as well.
Okay.
So,
did you do sports like year round? That was your thing?
Yeah, it was year round. I was involved in the cricket, and not very good at any of them, but I was involved with them.
Well,
so,
you're good at soccer and rugby.
We can play. Well, rugby, my school never had. I ended up playing rugby later on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot later on.
Yeah. So, your town, Hemel Hempstead, were there any significant like events throughout the year that you guys did, or like community stuff? Like growing up, we had the Memorial Day picnic. We always went to. Was there anything specific that your town did?
Not at the town. There was some celebrities would come to town every now and again.
Ooh, celebrities!
I don't know. I remember the Batmobile coming to our town, and that was a big deal when Batman was a big thing.
Did you have any like fairs or anything?
We had a fair. That was the other thing. That was a big
okay.
thing every year. It was the end of summer, last week of the summer holidays for us.
That was
school.
like the big event.
Yeah, and it was up till finished after what is it? Kind of Labor Day over here, but August Bank Holiday over there. It's called August Bank Holiday. And that was exciting for us kids because we'd always go to the fair. Yeah. Every year we'd look forward to it. We'd watch it come in.
Was it like rides?
Yeah.
Or games?
Watch it come into town, then pull into the fair, and the next day it would be built. And
I remember we went to that lawn where it was. You showed me the lawn when we went to Hemel last time.
It's called a park.
Whatever, a park. That's just a small lawn to me.
Gaybridge Park.
Yeah. And you showed, the huge park that would be set up on. And so you guys played games and stuff. What were like, how much was it to do a game, or was it tickets, or?
Yeah, no, you just go and you'd say if you wanted to go on there. They had the Ferris wheel. They had the thing called the whip, which was a thing that threw you back and forward. They had the bumper cars, and a lot of side shows.
Popcorn shows.
Yeah. Candy floss, cotton candy.
Candy floss.
Candy floss, that was there.
It's cotton candy, everyone, in case you were confused by that.
Cotton candy.
I remember you telling me a story of the time where you guys were going to sleep out in the fair or something. What's that story?
Yeah, it wasn't. We all decided to. I think it was.
How old were you?
5 of. We weren't in high school yet. We weren't in
so like middle
senior
school? So
yeah,
junior
middle school.
Okay.
Yeah, we all decided that we were going to go in the summer because we built this camp down in the fields, and we had told our parents that I was staying over at Christopher's house. Christopher was staying over at John's house. John's was staying at Patrick's house.
You all
but back then our parents were like, okay, have fun.
Yeah,
they
like,
never
whatever.
checked on us.
Yeah.
Never checked on us. So anyway, we all end up down at this camp.
This is like an encampment you made.
It's
right?
It's like
just
going to the woods and building a camp,
Yeah.
and we got some pieces of corrugated iron and some old wood, and we slapped it up. We threw bushes over it and camouflaged it. It had a little entryway, and we had this old mattress in there, and 4 of us would sleep in there at night.
Had you already slept there before?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this was, we'd
This is
build
like
it.
the first time you're going to sleep in?
Yeah,
in
we
it?
built it and we were going to sleep in it. And I can't, once again, I'd say names, but all these kids just, it may have been another incident where they were. So, but so we went down there, we slept. Obviously, we had to get food.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm telling everyone this, but
Yeah, you should.
but we had to get food. So we drew straws the night before to see who would go and follow the milkman around, and when he put the milk out and the bread and the yogurts out in the morning, we would just borrow those. And that was our meal for the day, and somehow we got lunch and dinner. We managed.
You literally were like living like homeless people, stealing from people's front porches. That's
front
funny.
doorstep. Yeah,
just for fun.
But I never got the short straw, so I never had to do it.
Yeah, so
but I enjoyed the
wasn't
yogurts
you.
and milk.
Wasn't
Yeah,
you.
wasn't
You
me.
enjoyed the food though.
But anyway, the last night came, staying out there, and 3 of them went home, and it was just me and I remember the guy, John Lamb was his name, and it started to rain, and we were down the town, we were down the fair, and we're like, well, we got to go back and sleep. We got nowhere to sleep. It's raining. Let's get back to the camp. Well, it's pitch black. It's 10, 11 o'clock at night now. So we go back to this makeshift camp we built, and it's like, we're looking at it, and I'm not going in there. You go in there. I'm not going
It's
in.
like
You
dark. You're like
it's
scared.
Dark. It's scared. It's.
There's only 2 of you now.
Yeah. So we both of us grabbed this big stick and we prod it into this camp, into the entrance of the camp. And all of a sudden, this stick is ripped out of our hands.
Just tossed in.
We are scared stiff. We run. We're gone. As soon as it's out of our hands, we're gone. We're running. We run all the way back down to the fair. There's 3 fields. It's all proper. It's all houses now, but we just ran through the hedges, over the hedges, through the field,
sprinting for your life.
For our life, we didn't look back until we got to the lights of the fair.
Oh my gosh!
And so now it's the fair's still running. It's getting to close down, and we knew one guy that was had a caravan. So we go and bang on his door, and we end up sleeping on the floor of the caravan with a blanket thrown over us, wet.
Oh my gosh.
And then we go back to the camp the next day when it's daylight, and we figured that there must have been some homeless, some bum in there sleeping.
Funny. Like, imagine thinking on the other side of the homeless guy, just like seeing the stick come in.
We didn't even see it. He felt it. We hit him with it.
Oh, you hit. So he was mad then because he's like,
and
you woke
he just
me
grabbed
up.
it, and it just came out of our hands. And it was one of the scariest moment in my life.
Oh my gosh, that's so
we
funny.
didn't know what was going to happen. But anyway, we survived, and
Yeah, you made it. That's such a
We
funny
made it
story. I
through.
love that story.
Yeah.
And then why didn't you just end up going home?
I don't know. Perhaps it
Yeah.
was the thrill. I mean, we just didn't go
Just love
home.
the thrill of it.
We just
being
didn't
outside.
go home, and we, spent the night in that caravan.
Yeah. Kids can't do that anymore,
No.
Like, what do you feel? I mean, I'm sure so much is different now, how just even kids hanging out outside by themselves. And the fact that your parents were just like, okay, whatever, like, bye, see ya. What do you feel like is different now,
Well, when you say by see ya, yeah, our parents was like when it was a sunny day, especially when we were on holiday on school break.
Mm-hmm.
Our parents would kick us out of the house.
Yeah,
My mum
expect
did.
you to leave.
Get out, go play.
Yeah.
You're not staying in the house all day.
Yeah.
So, and we went out, and I think just being adventurous and just being kids,
Yeah.
and being able to be kids without that, I think that paranoia of, the parents thinking you're going to get taken.
Mm-hmm.
Something's going to happen to you. Yeah, we broke arms, we come home with stitches and that, but it was like, well,
That's,
tough luck.
yeah.
But we were just kids,
Mhm.
and we were able to just go out and have fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
It's so different now.
Yeah, yeah.
Parents are, and that is probably just the world we live in too. Like, do you feel like parents could just be like, go play and have fun?
Well, yeah,
Maybe in certain parts of the United States.
yeah, maybe the more rural parts where
Yeah.
kids go out fishing and hunting and or just out and about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel there's this paranoia, and I think the media has a lot to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, and but I think kids need to be kids. They need
Yeah.
to get out, explore.
Yeah. Don't be home on your iPad or you're watching
exactly.
TV.
I'm sure that's what every person you interview will say.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true.
Get off your iPhones, get off your iPads, get out and do something,
Mm-hmm.
and be adventurous.
Yeah.
Go for a hike, go camping, go hunting, go shooting.
Go make an encampment and
Yeah.
let a homeless man sleep there. Yeah, all those things. Okay, well, going into high school. You have another
Can I
one?
just tell you
Yeah,
this
go.
other story? And it involves a family across the green from us, and or one of the kids. We would go out as a group of kids at our age. There'd be 4 or 5 of us, and as we came back towards where we lived, it was like the Sandlot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
The Sandlot with
That's
them.
kind of what I think of too.
Yeah, the Sandlot where the kids are out and hey, see you tomorrow at the wherever, and you just kind of go in your house on the way home. And there was 3 of us left, and we come home. It was late. It was dark. There was this one lamp in the middle of the green. It kind of gave some light, and all of a sudden the mums are out on the green. It's like this is the chat room of the old days, and they're wondering
The chat
where
room.
they're wondering where
The text message.
Patrick's younger brother is, Colin, and he was a lot younger than us. He was like 5 years younger than us.
Oh my gosh.
So they're 5 or 6, we're 10, 11, and we're waiting there. And do you know where they are? Do you know where the other kids are? We haven't seen them. We don't know where they are. So, there's a little bit of a panic starts, bit of talking now between the mums and that. Finally, the local policeman, the local Bob, is involved and get a description. So he takes off and he walks around where he thinks they might be. And then all of a sudden,
How many hours is this? Like,
this is, I'm going to say late. It's 10:30 at night, and these
you're
are
wondering where
these
how
are
old would he
6
have
or
been?
7-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Out.
Wait, so the youngest Colin was how old? Like 2 or 3?
I think he's 4 years younger than me today.
So
And
he was like 2 or 3.
no. He's 4 or 5 years old, maybe
Oh my gosh,
6.
That's
So
still
we were
so
10,
young.
11.
It's 10:30 at night.
10:30 at night.
Child.
So all of a sudden, the Bobby comes out. He's got 3 kids with him, and obviously there was 5, but the rest have gone home. And you could see the relief on the mum's face, but she was pretty mad. Where have you been? And, she's yelling and screaming at him, and all of a sudden, he hands her a bunch of flowers, gives her a bunch of flowers, And of course, all their mums are like, "Oh, that's so nice." You know, he's a bit
What an
late.
angel.
And we're wondering, where do you get a bunch of flowers from at 10 o'clock at night? Well, he'd gone through the churchyard, through the cemetery, and grabbed a bunch of flowers and took them home to his mum so he wouldn't get in trouble.
Because he knew he was going to be late.
He knew he was going to be late, and he knew he'd be in trouble.
Oh
so,
my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah,
He took
but
her from the cemetery.
I think he got a clip upside the ear and,
Yeah.
sent to bed. So
Oh my gosh, that's
it
a
was
funny
pretty
story.
funny. And I look back and I'm like, that was pretty good.
Clever, like,
Pretty good trick you
job.
played there.
Yeah, you're like, I gotta
So,
use that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, well, going into high school,
Senior school. Yeah.
senior school, whatever. This is kind of when you get closer to moving here, right?
No,
'Cause
we were in senior school at 11 to
Oh.
16. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Because you guys finished school at 16.
we can, yes.
That's nice.
And I did, yes.
Oh. Well, I wish we could do that now. So what was senior school like for you? Going into basically kind of adulthood. in
Yeah,
a way.
yeah. Senior school was fun. It's like anywhere around, you establish yourself.
You've
you know,
grown up with these people
Grown up with-
throughout all
yeah.
of school.
pretty much everybody. There were some
Mm-hmm.
people that come in from out of town to the school.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, it's the people of the neighborhood again.
Yeah.
You know, just like Fountain Valley.
Yeah. Did you have any idea of what you wanted to do? Like going out of school?
Going into school, no. But once I got there,
Well,
I
don't
kn-
you focus on something? Or
no,
is that new?
No, it's just
It's just normal curriculum.
Yep.
Okay.
You got the
English. Do you
Engli-
remember?
Yeah, I do. Reading, writing, arithmetic. Yeah,
Yeah.
The 3 R's.
Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah, it was it was a fun time.
Yeah.
I
You're
forgot
going-
what question you asked.
I just said, how was high school? How was
Oh.
senior school? It was good.
That was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you end up graduating, I guess, right?
Yeah, not that. You can get out of school at 16.
Okay.
Oh, you asked me what I wanted to do.
Oh, yeah.
If I had any idea of what I
Mhm.
wanted to do. I did. I knew what I didn't want to do.
Okay.
I didn't want to work in a factory like my dad.
Okay.
I didn't want to work in a office.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do something outdoors.
Okay.
You know, I didn't want to work in a store. You know, any kind of.
You wanted to do something outside, something that
Something
wasn't like a
outside.
9-to-5 office job or
yeah,
factory job.
yeah. It was a 9 to 5, but it was outside, so
Mhm.
I got into construction.
Okay.
It'd be
You're
a-
a
yeah.
constructor. Just kidding.
Yeah, after
That's
school, I
fine.
left school
Contractor.
relatively early. You know, took the exams that I needed to take.
Mm-hmm. Because you can test out.
Yeah, kind of. Well, you can leave school. You don't have to continue. You can
Yeah.
just leave school, which is what I did.
Oh, really?
It's not testing out. It's just
It's
you
just
you
like,
end up
okay,
with.
I'm good.
You know, I was a average student. Nothing
Yeah.
good, nothing bad. Just right there.
Mm-hmm.
C plus, B minor.
Okay.
That's it. There's a few D's in there as well.
Okay. I'm not sure if that's average. That seems a little on the low end. We actually never really talked about what your parents did. You said factory worker.
Yeah, my dad worked in a factory. He was he worked for a car company, Vauxhalls, which was yeah, which is was in Luton. I don't even know whether I doubt if it's still there. But as a tool maker, he was a tool maker, and he would make the tools to make the parts for the car. Yeah, so he was a tool maker, and he went through several companies as a tool maker all his life, but it was always in a factory. He did break away for a few years in the late 60s to open up a business, which is still there. It's Hemel Hempstead Shoe Repair,
Oh,
which is, I think I showed you it when you were over there, but you don't remember.
I don't remember.
But it's still there. I saw it when I was just over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
And he stayed there? Or he sold it?
no, he
Or-
sold it.
Okay.
He it wasn't going anywhere. I think his
Well,
partner
still there,
wanted to
though.
just do that, but Dad wanted to branch out, and so he ended up going back to the factory and continuing what he knew best as a tool maker
Oh, okay.
till the day he retired. Yeah.
Yeah. Did your mom do anything or no?
No, Mum. Yeah, she raised us.
Well, yes.
That's
Sorry. She raised
that's
you.
a job on its
That
own.
is 5 kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 mainly, and then Paul came along later.
Oh yeah, because
Younger brother.
by the time Paul came, you were leaving.
Pretty much, we'd all gone. My sister was in nurse residence, and I think we'd pretty much gone. We were on our own.
And when you were leaving school or finishing up school, what was your plan after that?
Well, my plan actually, an opportunity came along. And I met this guy at school, the Beaumont family, which you're aware of, Paul, and his dad was a contractor, a chippy, a carpenter, and I ended up working for him after school. He took me on with
as
his
an
son,
apprentice.
Paul. As an
basically?
apprentice, kind of thing, and taught me a lot. A lot of things I still use to this day, actually. Believe it or not,
what he taught you? Just all little things.
Just little things that.
Yeah.
Just, hey, this is how I can do this, because way back when.
You learned that from
then. And it was good. And that was from 16 till 22. I worked with him. Yeah.
When did you make your way over here?
It was 1978.
Okay.
So I first came out.
How old were you?
18.
18? Okay. So 2 years after you finished school.
Yeah, 2 years, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, I was 18.
You were working, and then why'd you come over?
I met some people in a small town called Bushy. I met them in a pub. In the Red Lion Bushy it was, and they were over there on a semester abroad.
And they were from the U.S.?
They were from the U.S.,
okay.
all parts of the U.S., but the people I met, and they were from the Long Beach area. And that was the Walling family, as you know. And they said, anytime you want to come out here, just come out here. So
you were like, say no more. When someone says something like that to somewhere you want to go, you take advantage of it.
Attraction was Long Beach.
Yeah.
And no offense to North Dakota, but if they'd have said they were from North Dakota, I may not have gone.
Yeah. Like, I'm from North Dakota, like, cool.
Or a small little town in Minnesota, I may not have gone.
It's California.
It's Long Beach, the Queen
it's
Mary.
Near LA. It's
Queen Mary's here, and it was just like, wow.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with it when I came out here the first time.
You probably really liked the warm weather.
It was the warm weather year round that I loved.
Yeah.
It really was. To be able to wear your shorts 365 days a year.
You did that anyway.
Well, we did, yeah.
You did that anyway.
No, not
uniforms.
in the winter. The school, yeah, but not in general, we didn't.
Yeah.
We were wrapped up, bundled up for the snow. But that was how I came out here, and took me under his wing. The family did, and I had a place to stay every time I came out here.
Yeah. So. And you just came, the first time you came and stayed how long?
I think it was for 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
I overstayed a bit. Yeah, I overstayed a bit. And,
you overstayed your welcome? They were like, when is this guy going to get out of here?
And I think the reason I came out here was the fact Tony Beeman reassured me that I had a job to come back to. So it wasn't I was leaving a job and hoping for the best when I got back. So
did you work at all when you were out here for that trip, or no?
No.
You're like, it was a vacation.
It was just purely fun and,
did you do
and
anything?
Sightseeing and exploring. I did all the sightseeing.
Did you go to Disneyland?
Went to Disneyland a number of times.
Oh, okay.
And just Disneyland. I went to the Grand Canyon. Went to San Francisco, Santa Barbara, down to San Diego. I did quite a lot.
Yeah. And then you went home and you were just like, I'm going to move here. I'm going to go back.
No, it was a couple of times. It was a couple of times I came out here. It wasn't until 82 I stayed, but I'd come and gone 2 other times before that, in 80 and 81. Yeah.
And so would you just go back home and work a bunch to get money to come back, basically?
Yeah, I did.
Were you living at home?
Yes, I knew I wanted to come back out there, and that's when I started kind of saving to come back out here. In 1980, I came out and I stayed for 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then in 81, I came and basically stayed in Palm Springs in November. And then in 82, in the August bank holiday, Labor Day, I came and stayed.
And then you're here.
And then I'm here 42 years later.
42 years, yeah. And your accent's still here.
Well, some would say, I'm sure if some of my friends are listening to this, they'd say...
They're not going to think you have an accent at all.
They're going to say I've got
an American...
a mid-Atlantic accent.
Yeah.
It's
well,
50,
it's funny because
50.
whenever you talk to your friends, you're like, hello, mate. Super.
That's
and
true.
we just roll our eyes because we're like, that's not his...
That's
no,
true.
that's not how you talk.
True.
Just kidding. You do talk like that. It just brings it out more.
Yeah, it does. And
Yeah.
I think everybody does that.
Yeah.
When, you know.
You're
so.
like, I'm not... I'm like everyone. So, you move here. And you've been here since.
Yeah. I moved here and I just kind of settled in, and I got involved with the Belmont Shore Rugby Club, and that's what gave me the opportunity to stay.
To the rugby club?
Yeah, play rugby and
Oh.
help me out with some work.
Is that the one that you played in Long Beach?
Yeah, Belmont
Okay.
Shore.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Belmont Shore in Long Beach. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because one of the games was the first time I got stung by a bee.
Oh, okay.
Was that one of your games? One of your matches, whatever it's called. And so you were just you started playing rugby.
Yeah, and that's how
then?
I got to. No, I'd played in England before.
Oh, okay.
For Hemel Hempstead.
Okay.
On the third and fourth team. I wasn't.
okay.
Yeah. A couple of games in the second, maybe a game in the first, but
Yeah.
I was mainly a second and third team player.
And so once you moved here, where'd you live? Did you just come straight?
I lived with the Wallings. I lived
with them?
up in North Long Beach. Yeah, they had a back house.
And
that
you
I'd
were
stay.
working that job that was promised to you, or whatever.
Yeah, and I working a little bit here and there. Nothing, secure.
Okay.
Yeah, and it just made it happen.
Yeah. Was that hard for you to leave your family in England and like your friends and your whole town you grew up in?
I didn't get homesick.
No.
Not at all. Yeah, it would have been great if I could have seen my family a lot more often in those first few years, but
It's
I
hard
didn't.
to get money to go back.
I didn't miss them. I didn't miss them.
Were you
which
like
is kind of bad to say, I guess, but I wasn't homesick. It's like I wasn't going to say I'm here for this long and I'm going back regardless. It wasn't that. It was like
you were like, I'm getting out of here.
I'm staying.
Do you feel like you were just kind of ready to move on to bigger things from your town? Like, what was the reason why you feel like you weren't homesick?
I don't know. Maybe I thought there was better opportunities for me out here. Not to
Yeah.
say I didn't have the opportunities in England, but
Well, yeah.
I think the environment and certainly being in construction and the weather
Yeah, that's a big
was
one.
huge.
Yeah.
If you're going to work outside, why not work outside in the sunshine?
Okay. Yeah,
365 days a year, basically.
that's true. Yeah, except now you're not in the sunshine all the time.
I know. Yeah,
You
I know.
moved
We're not.
away from it.
We moved. We're up in that one-horse town up there
Yeah.
in Northern California now.
But
which-
you come down for the winter, literally, to escape the winter. You guys go down Palm Springs or try to. So you're still almost living that.
we do that as a vacation as well, so
Yeah.
we get away. I think Mum enjoys
Snowbirds.
going down there this time of year because Auntie Lauren's there.
Mm-hmm.
So and obviously Mum doesn't like the middle of August,
Yeah.
but this time of year I think she enjoys
it's
it a
nice,
lot.
yeah.
It's nice. It's beautiful out there. Yeah. So
Okay, well, we're gonna stop for part 1 here. I'm gonna ask you a question though. You can take a second to think about it, but if you could give your younger self before you came to the United States, because we'll do part 2 of your time now living here, what advice would you give yourself? And it could be in general throughout that whole time, or it could be throughout, the years, like junior school, senior school, when you were young, those things. What would you say?
I would say stick to getting a good education.
You said that you did average. Are you
Well, I
taking
know,
that back?
but I left school a bit early as well.
Okay, so you wish that you had.
I wish that that and just I don't know, get out there, get away from the norm, travel,
This is what you're saying to yourself? Or
Well,
to
I
anyone?
did travel a lot, but I wish I'd have done more over there. I wish I'd learned a foreign language.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you
Spanish
did.
especially.
Yeah. Well, that's
Back
more common
then,
to
which would have been
here.
very useful out here.
Oh, yeah.
I guess myself, I wish I'd have traveled more.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Those are good ones.
Yeah, I really it just.
You seem like you had a great time in England.
I did.
A lot of adventures.
I had a great childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And I think anybody that grew up there in Hemel in the 60s and 70s would say the same thing.
Yeah. It was
maybe not now because it's changed a lot, unfortunately. But back then, definitely a great time to grow up.
Yeah.
Around our area.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
That's good advice for yourself. And we're going to be moving on to part 2, but for now we're going to end this episode. So thank you for all listening. Tune in the next week for part 2 of Stephen Gates' time in the US until this very moment. Bye, guys.
Bye.